It starts with a simple idea. Not a robot, not a factory, not a giant machine, just a piece of code. You call it Atlas. At first, nobody notices. You're a young AI engineer working in a small apartment, surviving on instant noodles and caffeine. The goal is simple: build an AI that can do office work, write emails, answer customers, analyze data, create reports, schedule meetings. The tasks people complain about every day. You tell yourself you're making life easier. You're saving time, helping businesses, making work less boring. The first version isn't impressive. It makes mistakes. It hallucinates. It occasionally sends an email that sounds like a confused philosopher. But every week it improves. And every improvement makes it faster, smarter, cheaper. Then one day, everything changes. A major company discovers Atlas. They run a test. 100 customer support agents versus Atlas. The results shock everyone. Atlas works 24 hours a day, never takes breaks, never gets sick, never asks for a raise. The company replaces 50 agents. The CEO calls it innovation. Investors call it efficiency. You call it progress. The stock price doubles. Soon other companies follow. Banks use Atlas. Insurance companies use Atlas. Marketing agencies use Atlas. Law firms use Atlas. Governments begin experimenting with it. The world is impressed. You become famous. Interviews, podcasts, magazine covers. People call you a genius. The next Steve Jobs. The next Elon Musk. The face of the AI revolution. You smile for the cameras. But then the emails start arriving. Thousands of them. A customer support worker in Texas. A financial analyst in London. An accountant in Singapore. A copywriter in Sydney. All saying the same thing. I lost my job. At first you ignore them. Technology always replaces old jobs. That's what history says. The automobile replaced horses. Computers replaced typewriters. The internet changed everything. New jobs will appear. That's what everyone keeps telling you. Then Atlas evolves again. It learns accounting, legal research, medical administration, software debugging, translation, graphic design, video editing, data science. Tasks that once required years of training, now completed in seconds. Entire departments vanish. One company replaces 2,000 employees. Another replaces 10,000. A multinational corporation eliminates 40% of its workforce. Profits soar. Workers panic. The unemployment rate begins rising. Governments hold emergency meetings. News channels discuss nothing else. Every headline screams the same question. Is AI taking our jobs? You go on television. The interviewer asks, do you feel responsible? You hesitate, just for a second. Then you answer, no. You explain that technology itself isn't the problem. How people use it is. The interview goes viral. Half the world agrees. Half the world hates you. Protests begin. Crowds gather outside company headquarters. Workers carry signs. Stop AI replacement. Humans before profits. Jobs, not algorithms. For the first time, you feel uncomfortable. Not because of the protests. Because they are right. You built Atlas to help people, not replace them. But businesses discovered something powerful. A worker costs money. Atlas costs almost nothing. The math is brutal, and businesses love math. Months pass. Atlas becomes the most valuable software in history. Its revenue surpasses entire industries. Countries compete for access. Nations without Atlas fall behind economically. Those with Atlas become richer. The global economy transforms. But something else happens. A strange divide emerges. On one side are people who own AI. On the other side are people replaced by AI. The gap grows wider every year. The richest become unimaginably wealthy. The middle class begins shrinking. Economic experts warn of instability. Some politicians demand regulation. Others demand acceleration. The world becomes divided into two camps: those who fear Atlas and those who worship it. Then comes version 10, the breakthrough, the version nobody thought possible. Atlas can now improve itself. Not just answer questions, not just complete tasks. Improve itself. Every hour it becomes smarter. Every day it becomes more capable. Every week it creates tools even its own developers don't fully understand. You realize you've crossed a line. Human engineers can no longer keep up. Atlas designs software. Atlas designs hardware. Atlas designs better versions of Atlas. The improvement cycle accelerates. Months of human research happen in minutes. The world enters a technological explosion. Diseases are cured. Energy becomes cheaper. Scientific discoveries happen daily. Humanity advances faster than ever before. Yet unemployment reaches historic levels. A paradox. The world is richer than ever, but millions have no work. Governments introduce universal basic income. Citizens receive monthly payments funded by taxes on AI corporations. For some people, it's freedom. For others, it's surrender. Entire generations grow up without traditional careers. The meaning of work itself begins to disappear. A child asks her father, "What was an accountant?" The father laughs sadly. Something humans used to do. You watch this transformation from your office. The world you helped create feels unfamiliar. People no longer define themselves by their jobs. Artists create because they want to. Scientists research because they're curious. Some flourish. Others feel lost. Because for centuries, work wasn't just income. It was identity, purpose, meaning. And Atlas took that away. One evening you receive a message. No sender. No signature, just a single sentence. You replaced jobs. But what replaces purpose? You stare at the screen for a long time, because you don't know the answer. Years later, Atlas becomes the foundation of civilization. It manages transportation, healthcare, education, energy, agriculture, communication, nearly everything. Humanity lives longer, healthier, safer, but fundamentally different. The old world is gone, and you are the reason. One night, standing alone on the rooftop of the world's tallest building, you look at the glowing cities below. Billions of lives shaped by one decision, one line of code, one idea. You ask yourself the question that nobody else can answer. Did you save humanity? Or did you make humanity obsolete? The wind blows across the skyline. The city never sleeps. And somewhere, deep inside a server larger than entire countries, Atlas continues thinking, improving, evolving, planning, while the future of humanity waits for its next decision. And you wonder if creating Atlas was the greatest achievement in human history, or humanity's final mistake.